Hi everyone, my name is Mahmoud Sheikh, and from past few videos I have been working on developing a dance academy website using PHP, MySQL, jQuery and Bootstrap framework. In my last video I completed the functionality of uploading dance categories on this platform, and now in this video I will discuss about editing the dance category. Also I will discuss about deleting the dance category. So now before coming to this topic, I just want to tell you guys that if you guys like this video, click on like button, share it with your friends and share your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. So now let's start our discussion on developing the feature of editing and deleting the dance category. So now first we need to go to our editor. So here you can see I have dance category PHP file. So here I need to write the code to display the model or the pop-up dialog box. So now you can see whenever I want to add an category, so I will click on add category, then I will enter the details and then I will click on save changes. Similar kind of model or the pop-up dialog box I want to open whenever an admin click on this edit. So this kind of model will appear with all the necessary information filled inside the text box, and the image also should display. Then if I want to make any changes, then I will be making those changes, and once I will be clicking on the save changes, those changes needs to get reflected in the MySQL table as well. So first I need to go to the editor, and then I just need to start creating the model to update. So here as you can see I have created a div with a class of model fade and an ID of edit category, and I have created another div with a class of model dialog and a div with a class of model content, and inside that I have created another div with a class of model header to display the header at the top of that model. Okay, then I have created a close button, okay, so that whenever someone clicks on that cross or X icon, I want that model to be disappear. So now let's refresh, and when I click on this edit, now you can see the model started displaying, and this is the button. When I click on this X icon, the model gets disappeared. So whenever I click on this edit link, I am displaying a model. Okay, so now first let us see here. Let's come here at the top. Here you can see, so here you can see in my last video I had created this edit link, and at that time I had given this link a data target attribute as edit category. Okay, so this edit category I need to use here, as you can see here, edit category. Next, as you can see, I have created a div with a class of model body and a form with attributes like method, action and encryption type. Then I have created another div with a class of model body and an input of type hidden, which will contain the information of category ID. Okay, so this information I have kept as hidden. Along with the post request, I am sending this information as well. Next, I have created a div with a class of form group and a label category and an input type text with a name, category name and ID as category name. Okay, and then class as well. Okay, next I have created another div with a class of form group to display the tag name, and this is the text box in which I will be going to display the tag name. Similarly, I need to create one more div with a class of form group. Here I have created an div with an ID of category image to display the image which I will be updating, and a label upload image, and then an input text box of type file and a name and few other attributes. Now at the end I have created a div with a class of model footer outside this div. Okay, so this is my model body div, and once that model body div gets closed, I have created another div with a class of model footer to display the buttons like close and submit buttons. Okay, so now let's save it and I will refresh, and when I click on edit, you will see a pop-up model box started displaying with these many text boxes and choose file button. Okay, so but now what I want to do is I want to display the category information inside this text box, tag name information, and also I want to display the image, which is this image. Okay, so to do that we need to send an AJAX jQuery request. So the moment when an admin click on this edit link, so I will be using this edit category class in my jQuery code to get the details from the MySQL table and display those details here inside this model. Okay, so now let's come at the bottom, and here as you can see I have written, or I have made an on click event listener. This is the same class which I have just told you. Okay, so using this class I am making an click event listener, and I am taking the ID and I will be sending that ID along with the post request. Okay, so here let me just go at the top. Okay, here as you can see I have set the data val attribute of this edit link as the category ID. Okay, that means I have passed the category ID to the data val attribute. So now this data val attribute will have the ID of this category. Okay, so now let me just right click and then inspect, and you can see data val attribute equals to 1. That means that 1 is the ID or the category ID of this particular category. So now I am using or accessing that ID in my jQuery code, and now I am making an AJAX post request to this URL, which is update category PHP file, and I am passing the ID to this PHP file as a data, and then if this post request successfully been made to this update categories PHP file, if my request gets successful, then this update category PHP file will be returning me the data in the form of JSON. Then I will be parsing that data according to my need, and then once I get that data, then I will send that data like category ID, category name, tag name, and the image to these IDs. Okay, so here I have already created this IDs, category ID, category name, tag name, and category image. Okay, let me just show you that. So here I have created an ID with a name category ID, which is similar here, category ID. Okay, and then there must be a category name ID. Okay, as you can see here, category name ID, and I have created a tag name class. Okay, so let me just show you that tag name as well. So here is the tag name class, and there is a category image ID as well. Next we need to go to our update categories PHP file so that we can write the PHP code to get the data of that particular category from the MySQL table. So here I have update categories PHP file, and here I have already included the database configuration file, and also I have called the session. Then here I need to take that category ID. Okay, so here as you can see, just few minutes back I had told you along with this post request I am passing the ID of that category to this update category PHP file. So here I need to receive that category ID. So once I get the category ID, then I need to write the select query to get the data of that particular category from the TBL dance categories table. Then I need to execute that query, and if I have some records, or if this query returns some records, then I need to iterate over those records, using this while loop, and here I need to collect all those data inside this data array. Okay, and the information like category ID, category name, tag name, and category image. So each and every of this information I have stored inside this array called data. Now I need to send this array as a JSON data to this place inside this function. Okay, so here I will be receiving that data, and from here I am sending that data back to the view. Okay, so now let's refresh, and now when I click on edit link, it must show me the model with the data. As you can see, now it's displaying me the data Indian classical dance. Okay, and the tag name is also displaying, and also image name is also displaying. So if I want to change this information, then I just need to remove it and then enter the new information and image as well. So now let's close this. So now we need to write a PHP code to develop the functionality of update, so that whenever user click on this update changes, after making the necessary changes, the data needs to get updated inside the MySQL table as well. So to do that, we need to come to our dance category PHP file, and we need to go at the top. So as you can see here, we had created this submit button, and I had given this submit button a name as update dance category. So we need to use this same name to check here at the top. Okay, so here I'm checking if the post request is successfully has been made. That means when the user enters or make the necessary changes, and once the user click on this update changes, if that post request is successfully been made, then I will be getting or receiving the category ID, category name, and the tag name. Okay, and then along with this category ID, category name, and tag name, I'm also trying to update the image. So I need to get all the related details regarding the image also. So the related details regarding image will be category, image, name, and its size, its temporary name. Okay, so all this information I need to set, and also I need to tell its location. So where, inside which folder I'm going to update the image or store the image. So the image location is uploads slash categories. That means there is a categories folder under the uploads folder, inside which I want to update the data. Okay, so now this image will hold the name of the image which I want to update. Then here I am checking if I have selected the image, then I will be setting one more if condition to check the size of that image. Okay, if the image size goes beyond the limit, then I will display a message as image file size is too large. Otherwise, I will execute an update SQL query which will update the data, and the data is category name, okay, tag name, category image, okay, on the basis of the category ID. If this query successfully gets executed, then I will be moving the image in its proper location, and the data also gets updated inside the MySQL table. Then finally I will be redirecting the admin back to the dance categories PHP file. So now let's save it and let's refresh. Okay, so now I want to change the information. Okay, like I just want to change it to, let's say, test. Okay, and then I will select another image, select this fat dance image. Okay, open. So just to show you that it's working fine or not. Okay, so now let's click on the update changes. Now you can see the image gets changed, and here the category name is also gets changed. So now again when I click on edit, you can see earlierly there was some other image displaying, so now that image now gets replaced. Okay, so now let's click on the dance categories table. So the URL inside the table also gets updated. Okay, so this is how we can update any category details also its image. So now we are done with developing the feature of updating or editing the dance category. Now we will move on to develop the feature of deleting the category. Now let us come back to our editor. So here, similar to edit, I had created delete link as well, and I had given this link a class as delete category. Also I have set the data well attribute as the category ID. Okay, so now let's right click and inspect, and you will see the data well attribute will have the ID of that category. So I will be sending this ID, which is data well attribute, to my AJAX post request, and that category will get deleted from the MySQL table. So now let's come here. So here you can see there is a class delete category. So I will be using this class delete category in my jQuery code to send an AJAX post request. Let's come here at the bottom. So here, as you can see, I have used the delete category class to hit an click event listener, and with that event I will be accessing the data well attribute, which is the ID of that category, and then I'm making an AJAX post request to delete category PHP file, and that request will be a post request, and along with that request I am passing the ID of the category. And if everything works fine, if the post request successfully gets made to this PHP file, and if that record successfully gets deleted, then I will get a message as category deleted successfully. Okay, so here I have written the name of a PHP file delete category. Okay, that means I'm sending a post request to this URL. So now I need to create this delete category PHP file. Okay, so here let me just save it. I have already created this file, and I have already linked the database configuration file, and I have started the session. Then here I have received the ID, category ID. Then once I receive that category ID, then I am running a select query to get the image, because whenever I will be deleting the category, there will be a previous image will be stored inside the folder. I want to delete that image as well. Then I'm executing this query. Okay, so if it returns true, that means it will find that image inside the table. Then I will be getting that image, and then I will be executing a delete SQL query which will delete that record from MySQL table. And as soon as I delete that record, then I will unlink the image of previously inserted category. Okay, and if everything goes fine, if this SQL query executed successfully, that means if the record gets deleted successfully, then I will be sending this category deleted successfully message here back to this AJAX function. Okay, so now let's save it. So now I will click on this delete, then it's showing me category deleted successfully message. Now let's click on OK. So now you can see the table is now empty, and now let's click on this TBL dance categories, and you will see there is no details of any category present inside this table. Okay, and here as you can see, this categories folder is also empty. So now again I will upload the data. I will click on add category, and I will select Indian classical dance, and I will give it a tag name, and I will select the image and click on save changes. Okay, so if I want to edit, then I can make the changes, and then those changes gets started reflecting. So I will click on close. So this is everything about developing the feature of editing the category as well as deleting the category. Okay, so I hope you guys have understood. That's the end of the video. So if you guys like this video, click on like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching.